You wouldn't have a clue what's lurking in there. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Ant. And for today's treat, we're going to be making a deviled lettuce. And you might be asking yourself, what is a deviled lettuce? Well, this is what it looks like. It's a stuffed lettuce full of just a random mixture of what I can only imagine is going to be quite unappealing, not very tasty filling. And it just looks absolutely ridiculous. I feel like someone said, how do we make a lettuce worse? Let's stuff it with shit and serve it up like that. Ah well, that's what the 60s were about. I think it was the 60s or the 70s. Pizza roll. But anyway, I'm starving, so let's dive straight in. Want to eat some lettuce, stuffed lettuce, whatever it is, a deviled lettuce. I want to eat one. No, I don't. That's such a lie. Okay, so I think we'll start off with the filling for this lettuce monstrosity. And by the way, if my hair's crazy and it's in my face and everything, it's because I just washed it and it's flopping about. It doesn't know what to do. It's got no life in it. I tried to style it and push it away and it wasn't having any of it. So, I need 8 ounces of Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Well, I wasn't going to buy brand named cream cheese for this lettuce thing. So I just bought Tesco Owen. And I used to be proper obsessed with buying like brand named like food things, but I was at the shops the other day and I needed some more ketchup, and Heinz ketchup was £3. Tesco's own branded ketchup, the same size, was £1. I was like, I'm not spending £3 on ketchup anymore, so I spent £1. And you know what? Tastes pretty similar. So Tesco's soft cheese is gonna have to do. How much did it want? 8 ounces. Right, I have no idea what that is. What is that in grams? 226.796 grams. I do quite like cream cheese, so the first ingredient's definitely not that offensive. Oh, that's too much. Oops. 228, that'll do. I'm just gonna try it just to make sure it tastes the same as Philadelphia. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Oh, quite nice. Oh, it's made us so thirsty. Oh, it's thick. Ah, that's delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay, so this needs an ingredient that I can't get in the UK, and I wasn't going to spend a fortune on it, importing it from a different country. I think it's in America, but it's called Miracle Whip, and we don't have it. I don't know what it is. I was thinking it's mayonnaise, but after a bit of research, I think the closest thing it sounds like is salad cream. But you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to be using salad cream for this instead of Miracle Whip. And it's a funny one as well, because one of yous lot commented on one of these Cooking with Ant videos that some of these recipes are like sponsored by a specific brand of food item in order to sell more of that food. And I have a feeling this one's sponsored by Miracle Whip, because it says on the poster there's bright flavour to savour in Miracle Whip. So I think they've made this deviled lettuce just to sell Miracle Whip, which is ridiculous. But anyway, how much salad cream am I going to want? 2¼ ounce can. I swear to God, these measurements. 2¼ ounce can. Well, I assume it's just ounces, so 2¼ ounces in grams. 63 grams of salad cream. So I want to add this up to 289. And again, I just bought Tesco Own. I'm not going to splash out on Heinz, especially not for this. And this is also another ingredient I absolutely love. I love salad cream. So far, it's not looking too bad. So up to 289. 291. That's fine. Oh, wait. Have I done it wrong? I've done it wrong already. I was reading the wrong measurement. It was ½ cup of Miracle Whip. Do we think that was ½ cup? Oh, it's gonna have to be ½ cup now. No, I need 2¼ ounce can of deviled ham. I was reading the one after. And this recipe has had to be chopped and changed to suit the UK market, because I can't find and I can't buy deviled ham. I don't know what it is. So the closest thing I could find was Spam. And it's obviously, again, not a branded Spam. It's Tesco's own version of Spam. And Spam's awful. And I assume deviled ham's kind of like Spam. I think it's like a ham pate. But America, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know what yous eat, but yous eat some weird stuff. Not that I can talk, because in the UK we eat some weird stuff. So 63 grams of Spam. Well, how many grams is in this? 200 grams. Why did I buy 2 tins for? Is that all it needs? That can't be right. Well, it must be right. That's not a lot of... Well, to be fair, I'm complaining because I don't really want a lot of that in. So 63 grams of Spam. I don't have any fingernails. Ow. Little life hack, I'll just use a pen. I was going to use corned beef, but corned beef is more like beef and it's less of ham, isn't it? And I like corned beef. I don't like Spam. Ugh. Oh, it's just so gross. Honestly, it smells like dog food. I'm just gonna use this same spoon. Ugh, look at all that fat on that. And let me know if you're in America, if you eat deviled ham and if you eat Miracle Whip, and whether it's nice or not. Ah, there's like fat on my table. Ugh. Okay, our mixture's looking gorgeous. Right, so what's next? 1 cup of sliced celery. And you might notice this has very similar ingredients in it as to when we did the perfection salad, that gelatin monstrosity. Look at that. Oh dear. It's got very, very similar ingredients in. So I think the person who invented this stuffed lettuce also invented the gelatin salad thing. I don't know how fine to chop it didn't say. I hate celery. There's the first thing in this. Well, actually, this in the Spam that I'm not a lover of. It's gonna have so much celery in it. It's filthy. I think celery is just such a pointless vegetable. It's just mainly water, isn't it? Like horrible tasting water. Alright, is that enough? Yes, that'll do. I'm not doing any more. And that goes. Yum, yum, yum. 1/4 cup of chopped green pepper. Do like green pepper, so this isn't too bad. I wish they'd swapped it and it was a 1/4 cup of celery and a full cup of pepper. Is that it? It's so pointless. In it goes. 2 tablespoons of chopped pimiento. See, it wants them pimiento peppers again, and I can't get them over here. So I've gone for the picante peppers again, and I think that'll be fine. I think I went for the hot ones last time. These are mild. Can't open it. I'm so weak. There we go. Right, 1 tablespoon and another one. Right, what do we need next? And 1 tablespoon of chopped onion. Why 1 tablespoon? That's such a small amount of onion. And that's one skill I have, by the way. I know I don't have many, but I do have one skill. I can cut onions and they don't bother my eyes. It doesn't matter if I'm wearing my glasses or not. They just don't seem to bother me. So I'm immune to onion vapor. So there we go. At least I'm good at something. There was one time at work, I was chopping, not at this job, in my old job, I was chopping an onion up with like this really sharp serrated knife, and I went straight through my thumb and chopped the tip of my thumb off. So I'm always extra careful when I chop onions now. But this isn't a serrated knife, so it wouldn't do shit to us. Again, it doesn't tell us like how fine everything should be chopped, so I'm just having to guess. Alright, I suppose that'll do. Okay, so that's all for the filling. I'm just gonna give this a good mix. It didn't tell me in the instructions to mix it, but you're gonna wanna mix this all together, aren't you? I feel like I should have cut the Spam into smaller bits because it's in giant chunks, but never mind. To be fair, it doesn't smell bad. It actually smells really, really nice. I think it's the cream cheese. Okay, so if you're making this at home, your mixture should look like this. It should be in firm peaks in the bowl. And we'll put this to one side and move on to the next step. Such a twat. Okay, so it's time for the star attraction. The lettuce. This is the main ingredient for this, I suppose. And I need to hollow it out. It doesn't tell me how to hollow it out or what to do. It just says, hollow a head of lettuce. Well, I'll take the outer leaf off. How the hell am I gonna hollow a lettuce? What I'll do is I'll chop down there. And keep that bit, and then cut kind of the innards out. You would think really when they were making this recipe, they would include the bit of the lettuce that you're chopping out into the mixture and add some of that and kind of mix it in, then it could be like a lettuce cheesy kind of thing. Okay, that hollowed out actually pretty well. I'm quite surprised. Do we think the person who invented this deviled lettuce would be impressed? I think so. So now we just take our mixture and just slop it inside the lettuce. Like, who? Why? And how did someone come up with this? I know I say it quite a lot, but like, what was going through their mind when they sat down and said, oh, we should stuff a lettuce? A lettuce. I'm sure everyone was high when they were making all these things. In fact, they probably were. It was like the 60s, wasn't it? So everyone was off the tits. Right, I think that's good enough. And then we add our stalk over the top. You wouldn't have a clue, would you? You wouldn't have a clue what's lurking in there. Imagine if I went back to Tesco and put this on the shelf and someone bought it. They'd be horrified. And then we're supposed to wrap this. It didn't tell us how to wrap it. And I was, believe it or not, going to wrap this in string. And then I thought, actually, cling film makes far more sense. So wrap that like that. Keep it all together. Keep my little baby together. And then I'm supposed to put this in the fridge to refrigerate for an hour. And then I'm allowed to serve it. Okay, so I'm back with my refrigerated stuffed lettuce. And also because I'm feeling fancy for this video, I thought I would make a weird drink to accompany my lettuce lunch. So I found this recipe as well. It's called 7-Up in milk. And it's a very easy one, and if you can't tell what it is, it's basically just half 7-Up, half milk. It sounds disgusting, like why? But I'm gonna pour myself a glass of that, and then we'll get into my lettuce. I'm gonna use some normal milk as well, not oat milk. Just on a small glass. And again, I wasn't going to buy 7-Up for this. I just bought unbranded lemonade for 22 pence. This would have cost like £2.50 if it was 7-Up. It tastes exactly the same. And you're not supposed to mix it. Alright. I don't know what to go for first. Shall I go for the drink or the food? I'll put my drink to one side for now. It hasn't curdled or anything, so that's good. Right, let's get this unwrapped. Oh, it's like Christmas, isn't it? An absolutely awful Christmas. Okay, so apparently, in order to serve this, you take this bit off, and then I would chop myself off a generous helping of this lettuce thing. And then just grab your plate. And obviously it depends on how hungry your guests are. You could, you know, chop them a thicker slice if they want more of this. So it's all falling apart. They didn't really think this through, did they? Oh, I haven't got any of the filling in there. Okay, definitely not the easiest thing to plate up, but if you're around mine and you came for a little snack, this is what it would look like. And it, to be fair, it looks like kind of a salady little dish. It doesn't look too bad. Right, so let's dig in, see what this is all about. I'm not too grossed out about it because there's nothing in here that I absolutely can't stand. So it shouldn't be that bad. I want a nice big forkful. Get all them flavours in. Cheers, everyone. I don't think my mouth's big enough for this, actually. Yeah, it is. Hang on. To be fair, honestly, it's not that bad. It's actually, well, it's not nice, but it's not awful. I could easily eat a plate of this. The only thing I would say is it's very, like, heavy for a salad. You expect a salad to be quite, like, light and easy. This is, like, thick and stodgy. It's a very stodgy salad. Not awful, though. I actually don't mind it. Obviously, I wouldn't make it again because it's ridiculous. I don't understand the point of stuffing it inside a lettuce. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why don't you make kind of the filling on its own as a side and then just serve it with a bit of salad? Easy peasy. You don't need to bloody stuff a lettuce, hollow out a lettuce and stuff it. It's ridiculous. But that's not bad, actually. I didn't hate that. Let's see what my drink's like. Milk and 7-Up. Oh, it doesn't smell nice. That's actually not too bad either. To be fair, that's actually quite nice. It doesn't taste that fizzy, but it doesn't taste of milk either, and it doesn't taste of lemonade. It just tastes like a very cold drink. Take us, girls! I feel like what they were trying to create with this is like an ice cream soda. Doesn't taste like an ice cream soda. Ice cream soda's amazing. It's almost like a thick lemonade, kind of like a creamy lemonade, but also not really. Both of them weren't too bad, actually. They sound absolutely horrific, but that's fine. I'm not going to throw up or anything. In fact, I've got lunch coming up in a couple of hours. I might stick this in the fridge and I might just eat this for my lunch. Saves us making something. That's just about it for today's episode of Cooking with Ant. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think of the stuffed lettuce. Are you willing to give it a go at home? Are you inspired to make something similar? I'd like to hear if you are. And also let me know if you've tried either of these, either the stuffed lettuce or the 7-Up in milk. And if you have any weird or gross recipes that you want to be featured in one of these episodes, then make sure to leave your suggestion in the comments below. And I'll see you next week for a brand new video. Oh, champion. Don't need to make a sandwich or anything. I'm sorted. Great.